Everyone, this is Elias from RevMatch Media, and today we're going to be discussing the 2022 Chevy Bolt EUV Premier. Now, I loved the Chevy Bolt. I had a blast in that little hatchback, but I felt like it could be better, and I think the EUV is the answer. Let's get started. Now, the regular Bolt and the EUV are going to be extremely similar. So honestly, just go watch the review of the normal one. I want to discuss some of the different things that you should expect if you want to go with the EUV, or why maybe you would prefer the EUV. The first thing is the obvious, the size. So it is a little bit bigger. So the standard model is going to be 163.2 inches. The EUV is going to be the 169.5 inches. So a couple of inches longer. So the rear seating is where that's gonna really benefit. Now in the standard one, you do get a 36-inch rear seat legroom area, and with the EUV, you get 39.1. So it's a good amount. So 3 inches makes a huge difference when you have taller people in the back, and they'll definitely appreciate it. You could definitely tell that it was a little bit bigger. The weird thing is it's longer, and obviously the back seat is larger, but you do lose a little bit of cargo space. So the standard one is at 57 cubic feet of storage, while the EUV is at 56.9. Yeah, it's 0.1 smaller. It's extremely small difference. You're really not gonna tell. Now, a couple of things with the, and we're talking tech specs. So we still have the same 200 horsepower. We do have the 11.5 kilowatt level 2 charging capability and standard DC fast charging capability. Now, where it gets a little bit different is the EPA estimated range. So standard model gets 259 miles to full charge, and the EUV gets 247. So a little bit less miles. So if mileage is important to you, you're gonna wanna go with the standard one, not the larger EUV, because again, it's larger, heavier, just normal physics. You know, you're gonna, and the roof line is a little bit different. So yeah, you're gonna pay for it a little bit with range. Honestly, not a big deal. But unless you really need to sort of squeeze every mile out of that battery, standard model is what you go with. The other thing that is a little bit noticeable is the 0 to 60 time. So with the lesser weight of the standard Bolt, you do get a 6.5 second 0 to 60, while the EUV takes 7.0 seconds. So half a second more to get to 0 to 60. May not seem a lot, but it adds up. But we're not really taking this to the track. But yeah, so you are gonna have that time difference when it comes to that 0 to 60. Now, the other thing as well is the EUV is gonna come with Super Cruise. Love it. One of my favorite things is using Super Cruise on GM products. We had it in the Cadillac. We had it, I believe, in the Yukon Denali. Yes, the Yukon Denali. So it's a fun, great system. Very smooth. It's like I tell people, it drives better than some people do. It really does. So if you want Super Cruise, get it. Then the other thing as well is you get the sunroof. So the sunroof is going to be on the EUV, and if you're a sunroof person, go for it. I'm really not, but I still like the other things of the EUV, so that's why I would go EUV. I really just move the shade, just want to see, you know, or get some light in. I'm not one for the fresh air, no. But yeah, so you get the sunroof, and the other thing is the dash is a different design. So you do get some really cool looking patterns on the dashboard itself, which kind of just gives that premium, or gives a different feel to it. The other thing with the EUV is you do get the dual level charger included. It isn't an option like it is in the regular Bolt. So you do have for level 1, for level 2, and it's one of those portable ones. that obviously if you don't have the right plug for the level 2, you can just use a regular, or if you have the option for level 2, then you can go the other route as well. Now, what would I take? I'm definitely going EUV. If I were to pick between the standard or the EUV, EUV it is. It's got a couple of things that I like. The Super Cruise, which I love, the added space in the back. Yes, that was the biggest selling point for the EUV for me, was I needed that little bit of extra space for my kiddo, you know, any adults that may want to ride with me, things like that. Just having that extra little bit of comfort, and or space for storage. You know, if we're hauling a lot of things and the trunk area is full, then we had that additional space in the back seat for additional items. But that was the big thing. And again, we have the sunroof, which, yeah, okay, sure, but that was the biggest selling point, I think, for me, was the Super Cruise and the larger space. Now, as far as someone, you know, who would go for the Bolt, if you don't need the extra space, you know, if it's just you and or someone else, just you're not gonna have a lot of people in your car, then go with the regular Bolt. It's gonna give you the extra couple of miles because it's not a bigger vehicle. You're gonna be able to park it easier. Even though the EUV was still tiny and we were able to squeeze it in some tight spots, especially with that surround HD camera system, it's great. But yeah, you're gonna get a little bit more pep, which is nice. And again, if you don't need the extra charger, the interior is fine. I mean, I love the basics or the standard Bolt, but if you're just kind of looking for a little around the town, Bolt is the way to go. If you need a little bit more than that for everyday usage, then go with the EV. Well, guys, I hope you liked my quick little comparison between the regular 2022 Chevy Bolt that we've reviewed before, which again, I'll go ahead and include the full review on that, and the 2022 Chevy Bolt EUV Premier that we got to drive and really enjoy. Well, remember, buying the right gear. See ya.